All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing well. If you can hear me, give me one in the chat. I was waiting in for the team supposed to do this call, but it seems they are not coming through. But good morning, everybody. I hope you are all well. Welcome to today's call. Okay, so today is a Friday. Apart from Coach Mo, who goes for so many hours, me, I don't like teaching for more than 45 minutes to 1 hour. So it is a question and answer session, but I promise you one thing. It is at exactly 10:11. So at exactly 11:11, the questions I will have answered will be enough. I will put the Zoom to an end. I'm not the kind of a person who wants to be teaching for many hours, 2 hours. No, you will not see me do that. So I'm gonna be here specifically. If it's me who's going to share, like I've done already, I'm gonna be answering your question for 1 hour. After that time, no matter which questions you'll be dropping, I'll put the Zoom to an end. Give me one in the chat if my point is clear. Give me one in the chat if my point is clear. So when it reaches that time, the questions that I will have answered, I'll end there. I'm not a person who wants to be here for 3 hours, 2.5 hours, exhausting questions. I'm not that type. So I'm going to be answering your questions, and right away I'm open. You can raise up your hand, you switch on your microphone, you ask it, or you can type your question in the chat. Okay, so I've started. What does the size of a candle signify? Your question is not clear. Your question is not clear. Make it clear. What do you mean? I don't understand. I don't understand. Your question is not clear. Your question is not clear. Get it clear. What do you want to understand? Your question is not clear. Make your question clear. Okay. Maybe if I try to get what you are trying to mean, the size, whether it is big, whether it's small, it's trading volume. It's trading volume. If it is full, it means there is high trading volume, either buyers or sellers. If it is has a week, maybe there is maybe there is some selling volume, but it's volume, it's trading volume, it's buying and selling pressure. Someone is selling. Kindly demonstrate to us, the new ones, how to withdraw to our mobile accounts. These simple questions, I'll just give a video, but I can do a simple share. But these simple questions, how you withdraw money to your mobile phone, I think a video will work best. These ones are very easy. Why does the margin call turn off when the coin drop? When the margin calls go off because of two reasons. Let me first see these questions if I can answer all of them at once. What will happen if I sell a coin when it is negative? You get your loss. How would you easily choose a coin to buy? Is there an app that can help you choose a coin? I'm very new, I need guidance. Okay. No. If you want to sell, if you have USDT in your Binance account and you need cash, you have USDT on your Binance account and you need the cash, no matter your location you are in, there are different areas where you can focus. Number one, you can turn this, you come here on home, you come here on home, you turn this Binance to Binance Lite. You turn it to Binance Lite like I've done. Okay. Then after you have done that, you come here in the middle. You come here in the middle. Then you tap on sell. Or you want to buy, then you tap on buy. So once you do, they will give you different. You can sell your crypto or how you can buy your crypto. Okay. For example, I have BNB. I want to sell my BNB. Okay. Then they tell me enter amount. Then I enter 0.01115. All here. You want sell 25, 50, 75, 100. Then I say 50%. Then they ask me, select receiving. They are not allowing the receiving method. I don't have question. Then you receiving amount away. The other way, you to Binance Pro. Then you come here on P2P, where you're going to meet different buyers and sellers. The challenge is training. So expect yourself, you might find yourself retyping your questions time over time because it is raining. So I don't have control about rain. So you may find you need it to type your question. So you can directly come P2P. Here, when it comes to buying crypto here on P2P specifically, there are scammers that I have said it that when you are going to sell, it's no issue. You can anyway because you will first receive the money first, confirm that it's there. You can even withdraw it Surely it is very hard for me to confirm my full presence, but unless if Coach Mopio has good network and is on the call. But me, I'm here, but the network is on and off. So you find that it's raining. I don't have control about that. Number one, you will need to type your question as many times as possible because I will be on and off. So I don't have control on rain. That it should stop, network should get better, no control. So you find you need to type your question as many times as possible. When I'm back, I answer. When you typed and I don't answer, don't say he skipped my question. He would have, So whenever I come again, I lose the previous questions and I start with new ones. So don't say he's skipping my question. Whenever I come, I start with the new ones. The old ones have elapsed. Now let me go to this one. How can I withdraw money from the account of HTX to mobile? Because I'm using XTX since my national ID got expired. Now, if you are in Uganda, there is no P2P on HTX. But what you can do, download a Bybit account. Okay, download a Bybit account. Then if you want to sell, then you can transfer your money to a Bybit account or use Telegram. Okay, use Telegram. Use Telegram. Okay, that's what I would advise you. Then this one is saying, what happens when I see money in my exchange while the same coin, you will get abnormal operation when the coin rises. And when you do it 3 times, RoyalQ will ban your account. Please, with the full robotic automation, setting how much will be needed, capital, with, can you brief me how it works? Okay. If you want to automate your robot, it's up to you. May I have no problem. Any settings you want, as long as your settings are at least 50%. Okay, as long as your settings per coin is 50%, and you can trade to me not less than 50 coins. You must be able to trade like 50 coins and above. That's when you can automate. You know, when it comes to automating the robot, if you don't have good capital, you cannot automate the robot. But also, if you insist and you say, me, I want my robot to be fully automated, then maybe it's to trade for you, where you just select the copy trader. And I don't think anybody could maximize good profit with that strategy if your role is to make money from the business. I hope I've answered. I want to know, how do I deal with floating loss? You just open more margin calls, okay? More margin calls, okay? More margin calls. Take us new traders through how to analyze the market. No, I cannot be here and teach you how to analyze the market. If you are new, go to the Crypto Ambassadors YouTube channel. Let me send the videos here. I'm a little bit stubborn when I'm training, but let me send these videos here. There are things I cannot do here. I'm sorry, although it is a question and answer session. I know sometimes people might be mad on me. There are things I cannot do here. You are new how to analyze coins. We have set up trainings that can help you about the topic. But what I can do, let me send 3 videos here. Let me send 3 videos here. I know people say I'm stubborn, but those who have been with me, I don't think I can sit here and teach people how to analyze markets in one meeting. No, it's very hard for me. I don't want to pretend that you are going to come here, then I teach you how to analyze markets. Okay, so let me send you these 3 videos. Okay, let me find a way. That's why we put up signals, so that we help those that are new. But also, let me drop this for you because I know it's already available. But also but teaching you now, I can't. People usually say I'm tough, but I'm just straight to point. So if you are new and you have issues, these videos 3, they are here in the chat. There you go. The person who asked, there you go. Says, I've sent for you 3 videos in the chat. I hope you have seen them. This one. I need to tap and I reply to you direct. There you go. Watch those 3. Sort yourself. Kindly help. My trading view is showing small candles, even if I try to zoom. Now, for you, raise up your hand. What do you mean? Let me see your picture. Let me share my screen and I show you. This one is simple. This one is simple. Where you just do not know how to use zoom to zoom. You see, put your finger at this red line and this red line and expand them like this. You will keep doing it because you see, the reason why your candles are small is because you put your finger at this price and at this price. Then you push one finger this side, then you push one finger this side. At this area, everything will be fine. I hope I've answered. How can I trade a coin in USDT and USDC? You can't. You can't trade the same coin in both USDC and USDT. You need to choose one. Next, is it possible to use a default ID to verify Binance? No, it must be a real ID when it's not expired. Next, how can I trade a coin in US? I've answered. What is the best strategy to use these days? All settings work anywhere. There is no best as long as you trade with margin calls. How can I open more margin calls? Now let me focus on this one. How can I open more margin calls? This answers all questions, whether you are in floating loss or you are not in floating loss. Number 1, to open more margin calls, you must have capital. Make sure you have more USDT. If you don't have, you can't open. So let me say, I am trading this coin. Which one? Anyway, I'm a guy who doesn't have issues with. Let me say I'm trading this coin, and when I open this coin, it has 5 margin calls. All right, it has 5 margin calls, and I want to add in more money here. What will I do? Number 1, I will look at the capital I have. For example, I have $100 that I want to open more margin calls on this coin. It means that if I want my robot to put in $10, I'll divide 100 by 10 and I'll get 10 new margin calls. I have $100. If I want my robot to buy with $5, I will divide 100 by 5 and I'll get 20 new margin calls. That's where you start from. Then after seeing that, tap on trade setting. Work on your first buying amount. You want your robot to buy with $10. Okay? And let me say, you had 5 margin calls already, and you want it to buy more. So you want it to buy more 20. So you make this 25. Okay? You make it 25. Then you come on margin configuration. How do you want your robot to buy those 20 margin calls? You want your robot to buy them very fast, or you want your robot to take time to buy them? Those are the two different words. So if I want my robot to buy them very fast, then I will make my margin call drop simple, 0.5. So whenever the market drops 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, the robot will be buying, putting in $10, 10 times. But remember, when I put 0.5, it means that it will be 0.5 times 10, which means that it will be when the market drops how much? 5%. The robot will have bought all my new margin calls. Vis-a-vis, if I put 1 here, it means that my robot will keep buying until this coin drops 10%. The person who asked, I don't know if I've answered you. Assuming I didn't have fuel fee, I have a coin in the market with $1,000. It reached my take profit. Will it sell? It will sell. Coach, is it true that we can buy crypto using mobile money straight from our Airtel and MTN lines to our Binance wallets? I don't know, but what I know is direct methods of buying crypto are expensive. I know Ugandans want shortcuts, but the reason why I use P2P, because this is a competing ground and this is a monopoly area. So let me just show you. When I come here on Binance Lite and I want to buy crypto in Uganda and I want to buy, let me say, USDT, and I put in the amount here, maybe I want to buy 250,000 Ugandan shillings. Okay, and I select the payment method. You see, they're allowing me mobile money. But you see, when I go to P2P, I will get $66. When I use P2P, I'll get 65. When I use mobile money, I'll get 62. When I use Visa card, I'll get 64. That's why I go in for P2P than a direct transfer from my line or from my card. Because P2P, to me, is more flexible. But if it's up to you, because it's your money. I don't know if I've answered, but it's up to you because it's your money. Please, coach, show me how to hold a coin on Binance besides posing it in Royal Queue. I'll answer that last. I want to focus on Royal Queue. Demonstrate how to open more margin calls in floating loss. It is the same. The way I have done it, it is the same. Whether you are in floating or you just want to open new margin calls. How can I trade a coin in USDT? I told you it is impossible. It is not possible. Take us new traders through analyzing the market. I sent you a video. You're asking me the same question. I sent you a video. Please, coach, analyze DYXUSD briefly. I'm not here to analyze markets. I'm not here to analyze markets. Although I'm answering questions, but I may not be able to analyze markets. How can I trade a coin? But I've answered you. This is like a 50th time. Please, you can't. The coin must be different. You cannot trade the same coin in USDC and the same coin in USDT. The two must be different. Okay? You cannot trade Ethereum in USDT and USDC at the same time. No. It is either USDT for Ethereum and it is BNB for USDC. I don't know if I've answered you. If I pause a coin, should margin calls be on and off? What is pausing? Because it's usually an issue. Let me just come here back to Royal Queue. Let me come back here to Royal Queue. When I come on this coin, because many people get confused. When I come on this coin and I tap on the word pause, when you tap on it like this, they ask you, let me even, caution, Do you want to confirm the suspension of the strategy? Then you tap sure. This means that the robot will not buy any more margin calls. Even when this coin gets in profit, the robot will not sell it. That's what it means. So pausing a coin means for this coin to sell, you will need to manually go back and activate the coin. Or you sell while it is in the pause. So you need to personally come back and activate the coin. So whether margin calls are on, whether they are off, it doesn't make any sense. If I knew my ID will Binance accept it, yes. What does it mean when the app keeps saying proxy not responding? You personally have a poor network service. How can one have another account? I forgot you can't. Let you get someone open you. Please expect and support callback for position take off back. So let's get here. What is buying callback? Let's have an example. Margin configuration. If my is 0.1, okay, now let's go back. My 0. It means that when the asked before are invalid. Only going to answer that one of buying callback. And also, the other one who asked about automating the robot. I told you it's raining and I can't. You asked about buying callback. Margin configuration. If the drop 0.1 and 0.01, the robot will buy. But if you switch on the AI margin call, when the market drops by 0.1 and rises by this 0.01, here the robot will not buy when you switch on the AI margin call. So people who fear floating loss, people who fear the market is going to finish my money, I would advise you to always switch on AI margin call. What will happen? The robot will not invest your money fast in the market. Because how does the AI margin call work? When the robot looks at the margin call drop here, let me say it is 0.5. It means that when the market will go down by 0.5 and rises by the buying callback 0.01, the robot will put in one of the first buying amount. Let me see, my first buying amount was 20. It will put in $20. So, but when the AI margin call is on, when the market will drop by 0.5 and rise by the buying callback 0.01, the AI margin call will come in and start now looking for the best position for the robot to put in your money. So when you switch on the AI margin call, you'll discover that the robot delays to buy. I also want to answer something before I come to supposition. Is that people who say, I have capital, but my robot is not buying, and I want my robot to buy now. Number one, look at your buying callback. If your buying callback, let me say, is 0.1, it's big. It means that when the market drops by 0.5 and it rises, the robot waits for it to rise like 0.1. For a person who has put these settings and the person who has put 0.5 and a buying callback 0.01 without the AI margin call, this is personal A, this is personal B. Who of the two will the robot buy faster? A or B? Some answers in the chat. Who of the two will the robot buy faster? A or B? Who of the two will the robot buy faster? A or B? I see most of you are answering A. Let me return my cursor. So A will buy faster. So because you have a high buying callback. Number two, if you switch on the AI margin call, and let me say your robot was 0.5, and this is 0.01, and the AI margin call is on, this is personal B. And then A, it is 0.5, and the buying callback is 0.1 with no AI margin call. Who of the two will the robot buy faster, A or B? One has margin call on, another doesn't have margin call on. Who will the robot buy faster, A or B? You just need to understand. Once you understand that, then you are good to go. It will be A, because A does not have the margin call, the AI margin call on. So it gets back to you what you are looking for. Then someone says, please, coach, show me how to hold the coins. I will show you at the end of my call. But me, I teach pausing coins will always be better. Okay? Pausing off a coin will always be better in Royal Queue than buying a coin in an exchange. Okay? I need to give you reasons why pausing a coin in Royal Queue will always be better than buying it off in an exchange. Okay? Buying it off in a what? In an exchange. How many of you will agree with me? Although there is limit orders, me, I will go and show you what limit orders are. How many of you will agree with me that it is not easy to monitor a coin in an exchange? How many of you will agree with me, although I'm going to discuss limit orders, that it's not easy to monitor a coin in an exchange? How many of you will agree with me? It's not easy. It's not easy to monitor a coin in an exchange. It is very hard. By the way, it's not easy. Even when you apply limit orders, it is not easy to monitor a coin. But we also need to agree that to make profit in crypto, do we need to monitor trades? To make profit in crypto, do we need to monitor trades? Yes, we need. We need to monitor trades for us to be profitable. But let me not dive into so much about that. Let me just go to another question here. This one says, I have $150. I have set 4 margin calls. Does it mean I'm going to get small money because of less margin calls? You are just limited by your capital. You are just limited by your capital. You have 150. You have set up 4 margin calls. Small profit equals small capital. Give me a yes if you know that. Small profit equals small profit equals small capital. No one should deceive you. You have small profit, you will get small capital, you will suffer with small profit. Stop dreaming that I have 150, will I make $1 million? You are dreaming. As long as you have little capital, here there is no joke. Equals little profit. So even don't think about it, that will I get small. My friend, it will always be small. So do not keep dreaming that you'll have 150. Yes, small capital equals small profit. $150 is good money, but you are still a joker. You know, people hate that statement from me. But $150 is good capital, but you are still a joker. Anybody on this call trading with less than $500, you are playing too much. Can I repeat that statement? Anybody on this call who is trading with less than $500, you are playing too much. You are a player, you are a joker. I know you might hate my statement, but if you agree with me, give me one in the chat. You'll never make serious profits. People are going to get annoyed. If you agree with me, give me one. You will never make serious profits. You will always be 0.1, $1, $2, 3. But for you to see $50, 20, 30 is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. Never even think about it. 5, when you get 5, you want to jump out of the window. But compounding 150, you can, if you can even take it, turn it to $60 million, but in how long? I think you agree with what I mean. How long? Yes, it's me who taught that you can turn $100 to $100,000, but in how long? If you agree with me that it will take you a longer time, give me a yes in the chat. It will be very long. You know, some of you don't want to accept reality, but it will take you a longer time. Me, you know me, I speak the truth. I don't want to pretend. Anybody trading with the... Someone says, I don't agree. I already have 300 in floating loss. For you are suffering with settings. You're suffering with settings. For you, anybody in floating loss, number one, floating loss is part of the business. Give me a yes if I'm right. Floating loss is part of a business. Give me a 2 if I'm right. Give me a 2 if I'm right. Floating loss is part of the business. Even if you are good in technical analysis, nobody can avoid floating loss. So if you come here and say floating loss is part of the business. The reason why floating loss is part of the business, when you enter coin, it can take 2 directions. Number one, the coin can go in profit. Number two, the market can go against you. That is usual business. Floating loss is part of the business, and it is a must. Everybody must have floating loss. Give me a yes if I'm right. And if you are not having floating loss, you don't have business. Give me a yes if I'm right. If you are not in floating loss, you don't have business. For my statements. Floating loss is the business we are doing. If you don't have floating loss, you don't have business. Now I'm going to dig deep. What you need to do is to learn to manage your capital. If you don't manage your capital, you don't have business. Number one, stop treating this like a gambling business. Someone gets their capital, because maybe some of you want to copy. But I usually tell people that follow the simple instruction. For example, you see this coin, margin calls are off. Margin calls are off because this coin, although I'm trading it, those who have traded algo, it is too slow. Give me a yes if you have seen that. This coin is too slow, although it delivers, but it doesn't It is too slow. Give me a yes if you have realized those trading that coin. I'm going to come. It is too slow. I don't know if it is too slow. It is, okay. It is not a coin you enter. And basically, it moves fast. It is like, I don't know how to explain, but those who have been here for some time, you understand what I mean. It is too slow, okay? Even when it gets in profit, it takes long to deliver. It's a very slow coin. So now that's why I switched off my margin calls, because 13%, negative 13%. So even when you open margin calls, it is not buying them. Okay, so I said, okay, I'm switching off these margin calls as I focus. When I see it gaining momentum is when I will return. But look here, friends, floating loss is part of the business. And I would make a statement, but I don't want anybody to take me wrong. Every day may not be a profitable day in trading, but when I profit good. Does that make sense to someone? Every day may not be a day that I'm making money per day, because I don't control the market. I'm going to come back and answer your question. But when I profit good. I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm not someone who's chasing 0.5, $5, $1 a day. I'm not that kind of a person who says, at least let me make $2 a day. I'm not, but it depends from one person to another. I may not profit every day, but when I profit, I really profit good. I don't know if it rings well to someone's mind, because where we are putting our money, we do not control the market. Does that make sense to someone? I'm answering your questions, but in a smarter way. Does that answer someone? So when you are in the business of trading or using the bot, stop comparing yourself to other people. Am I making sense to someone? Because someone may share a screenshot of profit per day, but he has so many coins that are stuck. Am I making sense to someone? Because some of you, the reason why you are suffering in a business is that you are emotionally attached to other people's results. Am I making sense? I don't know if I am making sense. You are comparing yourself to another person, yet you are not using the same trading capital too. You are not entering those coins with them at the same time. I don't know if I'm making sense. So you start putting yourself on pressure. You are burdened. You feel like you are out of space. You feel like it's the only you who is not making money. I don't know if I'm making sense. It's like you feel like others are making money, but those people cannot open their accounts fully for you to see. I'm speaking out of experience. Me, I'm not here to. You may have your personal emotions, but me, I'm not here to take them. I'm telling you out of experience. I've been here for some time. Do not compare yourself to anyone. Do not, my brother, my sister, do not. You'll get heart attack for nothing. People are here silently, but they have money. Eh? People are here. People are here, but they have capital. Me, I'm telling you reality. You will compare results for nothing. What I want you to focus on your capital and using it right. Give me a yes. Focus, look at how much you have personally and learn to use it right. That's all you need to know. These issues of you becoming greedy along the line because someone is having $10,000. You start also, I want to profit. Then you get all your $300. You put it in the coin once. They smash your head. You stop trading for so many hours. And then you say the business. It's wrong approach. This issue of someone posting $100 per day, then you get all your 1,000, you put it in once, then the market goes against you, get stuck. That nonsense should stop. You have your $100, someone is posting $10 per day, you get all your 100, you put it in once because you want to profit, they will smash your head. Because even some of you, you are not yet even used to floating loss. When you see it, you want to die. I'm feeling bad. The pressure is over my head. The pressure is here. Because you are not trading right. Am I singing the right song? Look at your capital and use it right. Am I singing a song? Am I singing the right song? Am I singing the right tune? Look at your capital and use it right. Get away from emotions. I see now a question here. Our coins are still in floating loss, yet Bitcoin is pumping. Why? Okay, now let me provide answers. We are in the bull run. We are in the bull run. Now understand this philosophy. It doesn't mean that if Bitcoin is going up, other coins will continue. Where we are, money is moving in Bitcoin, then it will move in Ethereum. Then from Ethereum, we shall move. I've talked this 100 times, but let me repeat. Bitcoin, Ethereum, major caps. We are going to enter into major caps. Major coins that have huge capital. Then later we shall go into the alta coin season. A season when all other cryptocurrencies are pumping. That's why I say, do not just throw your money in the market. Huh? I don't know if I'm making sense. So, it doesn't mean because Bitcoin is going up, all other cryptocurrencies will pump. No, that was working in the bear market. In the bull market, let me ask a question to answer this right. What are you hearing people talking about most about crypto? What you hear people talking about most is where the money is going. Everybody in the world is talking about Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. People are putting their money in Bitcoin, not in these other coins. But sooner than later, the rain is getting tough. But sooner than later, we are going to see money flowing into these other coins apart from Bitcoin. Let me go back to floating loss. Now look here. Come to your royal queue. Understand where the business is. Come here to your royal queue. Come to my strategy setting and set your strategy according to your capital. What I'm trying to bring to your concern is that you can make money while in floating loss. What is disturbing most of you is being greedy. Most of you, you want too much profit from small capital. Come and create a strategy according to your capital. Profit while in floating loss. I don't know. I want to teach this, then I end my call. You can trade any coin. Trading doesn't depend on capital. But am I making sense to someone? Set your strategy according to your capital. When you pick a coin, let it align with your capital. If that doesn't make sense to you, you are going to suffer in this business. Because when you enter a coin, two things can happen. The market can go in your favor or go against you. But when the market goes against you, can you continue to make money? If that you don't get that understanding, you are not going to love Royal Q. I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't know if I'm making sense to someone. Now, how do you provide settings? How do you provide settings according to your capital? No matter what strategy they teach, all the strategies, I know them because I'm the one who came up with them. But this is simple. Look here. Simple. Look here, my friend, my sister, my brother, my uncle, anybody on the call. This is where the business is. Number one, your risk appetite. You can make your first buying amount from 15% of your capital up to a maximum of 40% of your capital. What do you mean, Julius? If your capital is $100 and you go for 40% of your capital, you are remaining with less money to open more margin calls. So if your capital is small, focus between those. When the market goes against you, you will not have more to buy. That is simple. So anybody, I would advise anybody with $500 and below, focus on a maximum, maybe a maximum of 30%. But I would even say 20% of your capital. Let me say I have $100. I expose 20% of my capital, which is $20, to be my first buying amount. It means that I have remained with $80 to make more money for me. When I have $500 and I decided to take off, let me go to 20% times 500. It is 100. I have $400 to help me make more money. Am I making sense to someone? If you have understood that, give me a yes in the chat. If you have understood that, give me a yes in the chat. Now, the more money you have in reserve, it means you have more potential to make more money. Give me a one if I'm clear. Someone has asked, I have Kraken. I have Kraken. I have few coins. For you who has few coins in Kraken, for you becoming successful is very easy. You don't even need to think about a coin. Let me come back to you. For you 1 minute, Kraken. You're a Kraken user. Don't think why. You have one, let me see if they have added more. Kraken, look here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, guys, I want you to understand this. You see this exchange here. The amount of profit you make. You know, people don't understand this, but let me explain. You see these exchanges, they also determine how much money you make, because in some exchanges, there is more money. In others, there is less money. You see, People who are trading in Binance may not be profitable as people who are trading in Kraken. People who are trading in Binance will be more profitable than people trading in Kraken. You know why? Because in Binance there is more liquidity versus in Kraken. Liquidity, I mean there are more traders in Binance versus in Kraken. How do you see that? Go to CoinMarketCap. Binance receives more traders than Kraken. Now, for you, don't think even about it. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are around 15 coins. Now, look here, my brother. If you decide to say, now someone who asked me about automating the robot, I'm answering all of you at once. Then I go back to settings. Let me say there are 20 coins. You can decide you will trade these 20 each, maybe with $500. Or okay, maybe with $300. Okay? Trade all the 20, each with $300. Put the coins in cycle. Trade, okay, maybe minimum 250. This is what I would advise. Minimum 250. You are now going to provide settings of 250 and trade all the coins. Are we following? Are we following? For you, if you have an exchange that has few coins, minimum 250, put in cycle. Put in cycle. You don't even need to think about it. Now, for you who is in Binance, and you have your 250, because coins are many, you cannot automate your robot with little capital. Give me a two if I'm making sense to you. Unless you are coming here to be a joker. If you are using Binance, you are using HTX, the coins are many. You cannot say that I'm going to trade 250 and I'm going to put $50 in all the coins and I automate my robot. You will be a joker. Am I making sense to someone? You cannot say that all the coins in Binance in Royal Q, I'm going to put $50 and I put my robot on cycle. You will be playing. You will not be here for serious money. Because when the coin goes against you, you cannot buy anymore. What people have written to me, I have my 500, I want to trade $100, 5 coins. When you trade $100, 5 coins, you are like a joker. Am I making sense? So don't wake up and say, I want $500 and I want to trade each coin $50. I have $500. I want to trade 5 coins $100. You a joker. I advise you to understand that when you pick a coin, this is not financial advice. It's your money. You can do anything with your money, but I'm telling you my personal experience. The minimum amount you can play per coin is 250. The minimum is 250. So you see in Binance now, they are over 500 plus, so 250. 250 times 500. That's how you need. But if you cannot afford this and for you want to automate your robot, maybe trade off like 50 coins or maybe 25. But if you can't, you were just joking. Now, my brother, my sister, who was asking me, then come and create a strategy. Come and create a strategy according to your capital. Like you see me, I have my strategy that I use to trade, and it is here. This is my strategy. It is called a $10 million project. This is my strategy. And that's what I usually teach. Come up with your strategy. How can you come up with your strategy? Number one, profiting in trading is a long-term goal. Now you see I've gone into so much things. Profiting in trading is a long-term goal. You do not become rich immediately. You become rich over time. Can I repeat that statement? When you come into trading, you do not become rich immediately. You become rich over time. Let me repeat that statement. So how do you become rich over time? You start with a goal. Do not borrow money and bring it in trading. That let me borrow this money, I bring it in trading, then I will be able to pay this money next week. You will suffer. Give me one if I'm speaking to someone. Do not go and borrow money. Do not bring money for rent. Do not bring money for rent. Do not borrow money. Do not go to a bank and borrow money because last week you profited. Now you go and borrow money. Bring it in crypto so that you become a millionaire and pay back. Don't take loans. Give me a two if I'm putting sense in your mind. Do not take loans. I've had people write to me about my Binance loan. My Binance loan that I took, I will pay it in 2026. I'm long term. Don't bring short term thinking into trading. Don't bring school fees. Don't bring money for rent. Don't bring money for Christmas. Someone wrote to me the other day, give me a Christmas coin. I give you a Christmas coin. Do I control the market? Give me a Christmas coin. It is true. We can give signals for you to profit. But I have a question. Do we have guarantee? Give me answers in the chat. If there is no right mindset, we cannot have right business. We give signals and you profit. But do we have guarantee on all those signals we give you? No. I want people to have realistic mindsets. This is not gambling. This is not betting. This is business. So don't enter coins and be writing to me like someone is here in my inbox. I have $1,600, but for the last 2 days, I've not made anything. Who told you that you were supposed to make anything per day? The coins I have entered have not delivered. You also know the coins you entered have not yet delivered. Why are you on my neck? Julius, look for me. How is Troy? Troy is not delivering. It's now 2 days. Do something about it. Who told you that I'm supposed to do something about it for it to deliver? Julius, I entered Nairo. You are not doing something. Nairo is not delivering. Who told you that there is something I can do for your coin to deliver? Stop this nonsense. Have the right mindset. I know people don't like my mindset, but we do not control the market, but we control how we expose our capital. These issues of writing to me, it is now 3 days, I'm not making anything. It is now 4 days, I'm not making anything. Do something about it. Stop that nonsense. Julius, you see, I borrowed money from a Chivina. The Chivina is needing money. So I borrowed money from a certain bank. Please help me. What can I do? I do not have any solution. So, as I go to providing settings, the following are key. Make sure you do not overtrade. What is overtrading? If your capital is less than $500, trade one coin at a time. So that if this coin does not deliver, you can say, okay, this coin is taking long. I have my $500, but the coin has used off 200. I remain with 300. Now, let me use this 300 to trade another coin as I wait for the other one to deliver. If two of these that I have traded, one of them doesn't deliver, I do not trade another coin. Am I putting sense in some people's minds? Give me a yes if you're understanding me. But someone who has $100 is 50, 75, 10, 20, 30. Who told you you are going to behave like that and make money here? Someone has $200, 5, 10, 2, 3, 20, 30, 60, 7. Why are you wasting money as if you don't like it? You send 100 coins, someone has traded all of them. He has Orukalala. They call it a list. Are you betting Manchester, Liverpool, Chelsea, Real Madrid, and Barcelona here? Have discipline, because without discipline, you cannot make money here. If you have $1,000, listen to me, you have $1,000, you can say, okay, I'll trade a maximum of 3 coins. If one of them sells, it's when I enter another coin. You have $2,000, but you have 30 coins. Are you normal? When the market changes, you start salivating, you start looking around, you start pretending that you are busy, but wasting time. My friend, although capital is key, wallet management is more important than you having the capital. I know people are getting annoyed. I know people are getting annoyed. So, I've explained the AI. I will not go back to AI. I have told you, if you have issues with the floating loss, always make sure that you switch on your AI margin call. Me, I don't like the AI. But for you, if you are here and you are like, I'm not breathing, oxygen is not breathing, oxygen, the coin is against me, low. Use AI. Me, I don't like the AI margin call. But if you have issues with floating loss, whenever you pick a coin, switch on the AI margin call. Me, I don't like it because it delays to buy. Now, let me go back to settings. If you want to be successful, number 1, set a goal. Come up with this bull run. Come up. No matter who comes here and gives a different strategy, but come up. Wow, how much money do you want to make? That is number 1. If you don't have a goal, stop trading. Am I clear? Am I clear? If you don't have a reason why you are going to trade, stop trading. Go back, sit down, and get into your normal senses. Have a goal. I want to make this amount of money. If you cannot think about it, stop trading. The reason why you are not achieving results is because you don't have a goal. We are here to make money. We are here to make money. You're everywhere. We are here to make money. We are here to make money. With who? And why are you here? Set up a goal. Be clear. In this bull run, I want to make $10,000. You are crystal clear. Then you say, on the profit I'm going to make every Tuesday, from now, I will be using $10 to buy some coins. And I post them so that I sell them in around September, October 2025. Be clear. But some of you put in your $100, you buy XRP, you pause it. Every minute you are not breathing. My XRP is not going up. Why did you buy it? This nonsense should stop. I kept it for future. I will sell when you... But now, you are checking it every minute. So be clear. Someone who does not know where they are going, they don't go anywhere. Be clear. You see, I bought H-bar, my leader, but you put all your trading capital in H-bar that you are holding. Now, why are you looking for me? Why are you holding what you don't want to finish? Trading is more profitable than holding. But come up with a strategy and say, I'm buying these coins to keep them. Then be consistent about it. This is ziggy-zaga, ziggy-zaga, ziggy-zaga. Now you are here. The next morning, they tell you there is a new coin that has come. You transfer your capital, you put it there. The coin goes down, then you start making noise everywhere. The reason why most of you are suffering, you are not organized. Get organized. Number one, come up with how much you want to make. Number two, set up your strategy according to your goal. Number three, be consistent. Stop being jumpy. You are still in row 2, then someone tells you there is a coin that is going to change your life. You transfer all your capital, you press it in that coin. The coin is there, nothing is happening. They tell you, buy some, it's going to change your life. Buy some, it's going to change your life. They make noise about it. You go, you put your money there, the coin is not returning. Now you get stuck. Money does not love disorganized people. Money does not love noise. You were a Gundi, then you come on Zoom, then I say H-bar will go to $15. You transfer your capital, you press it in H-bar, the coin goes down. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? You are everywhere. You don't know where you are going. You are passing on TikTok. Someone says, there is a coin, this coin is going to change your life. Then you go there. Then the coin is not changing your life. You thought when you press money there, things are going to go, and then you profit the next, nothing is happening. All your capital gets stuck. Now, number one, no borrowed money. Use your capital. 2, come up with a strategy. 3, go away from emotions. 4, be patient. Back to strategy. Now, how do you decide that you are going to use 20%, 50% of your capital? Come here. If you don't have an Android phone, I don't know how I can help you, but let me give you an example. Me, my goal is to compound $1,500. Take 3%, 300 days. This is 15, $1,500. And my goal is $10 million. I have a question. Now, I don't have only 1,500. That's why I may not, I'm going to show you when I trade a coin, when I trade a coin and it swallows 1,500 or more, I'm so happy. Can I show you? Me when I trade a coin, because I just need to be patient. Let me just go back here. Me when I trade a coin, let me show you some of my running trades. When I trade a coin and it swallows more than $1,500, I don't care how long it stays, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And that coin, I will not continue trading it because it is my goal. When a coin enters my 1,500, even when I was not eating, I go eat nicely. Have I made sense to someone now? Because I have a goal, I don't care. Am I making sense to someone? I don't care. Because according to my reality, let me show you. I may not profit every day. But when my day comes, there are days that come and I squeeze the plasma very well. I don't complain when I was getting little because when I win in reality. Give me one if it's now making sense. So I don't care how long a coin stays because when I win, when it is my winning day, I really win. When it's not my winning day, it's okay. It's not a big deal. But when I win, I really sit down and I say, I have hit it hard. And I'm not online, people are making money, I'm not making money. It's none of my business. I'm sticking to my strategy. I'm sticking to my goal. I am not here to compare myself to anybody. I don't know if what I'm saying is creating sense to the call because unless you have that mindset, you'll stop having pressure with this business. I may not make profit per day. Yes, I know on a normal day I can make $50 to $70. But I'm not here to compare myself to who is making money and who is not. Because when my winning day comes, I really win. If it's not my winning day, it's okay. But now, my most important point is, and this is where I want most of you to focus, then floating loss is part of the business. But I have a question. Today, my trades are generally down. But why is the screen not moving? But I have a question. Every day I'm not winning. You see, when the days are bad, this is where I want everybody to understand. I make some money. When the days are good, I make good money. When the days are bad, I make some money. When the days are good, I make good money. Am I bringing sense to what I want to teach as then I close? Am I bringing understanding? When the days are bad, I make some money. When the days are good, I make good money. How does that happen? And I'm in floating loss. How does that happen? And I'm in floating loss. I have a goal. Now, number two, setting is key. You set according to your capital so that when you are in a coin and the day is bad, the coin can buy and sell and give you something on that day. And when it is a good day for that coin, it sells and it gives you good money. Huh? Am I pumping some sense? Am I pumping some sense to some people here? Because that is my responsibility as a team leader. When the coin doesn't deliver, it's okay. I enter coin doesn't deliver, it's okay. But let that coin keep giving me money. It will differ depending on each one's capital. But these issues, I'm in floating rates, I'm not breathing, oxygen is over, come and help me, come and save me. Whoa, yo. Look at your capital, set up a goal, look at your capital, provide settings. Now here we go. Settings. Because now, if you're okay in setting up a goal, give me a yes in the chat. If you are now okay, sit down with your mind, decide how much. Maybe you want to compound $50. You want to make 350,000 US dollars. Maybe you want to compound $100. For you to compound $100, you must not have $100. For you to compound $100, you must have, for you to, if you have $100, then for you are going to compound $15. The $80, is to help you make more money, but the money you are growing is 15. Which the 85, which goes back the principle of 20%, minimum 20% of your capital to be your first buying amount. Now go look at your capital. Me, it's none of my business. So if your capital is 500, you see, it will be 500. That's where people now miss out. They come here floating, see, and I'm like, 20% of $500 is 100. So for you are going to compound $100. You'll turn it to 700,000. It means that if that is your formula, it means that you are compounding $100. You see that you remain with $400 unused. This is your saving. How do you use this money? Number one, it can open margin calls. Number two, there could be a coin on that day that is pumping, and you say, okay, now I have remained with my K 400. On this K 400 that I've remained with, 300 will be buying margin call. This K 100 is for pumping coins. There are coins that are pumping. You enter it the first time, you enter it the second time. More than that, don't trade again, even if they give it 10 times. Your K 100 will do that for you. Am I making sense to someone? You have your reserve to help you in good times. Am I making sense? You have your reserve. So when people are shooting the market, you are also there. You shoot. You don't touch this to help you in margin calls. So that when the 100 gets stuck, am I making sense to someone? When the 100, your $100 gets stuck, do you have any pain? Do you have any pain when your $100 gets stuck? Will you keep writing to people to save your life? Because coins will be pumping. There will be coins that will be doing well on that day. And you are missing out. You are everywhere salivating. You're not making money. My leader saved my bloodline. You're not managing your capital. Now, we are sending here XVG. Now me, I'm going to trade. When you don't have capital, oh, my money is, I would have. You are lacking wallet management. They send a coin, you trade it twice. They send it the third time, you run away. Are we following? You just need to manage your wallet. All the issues you bring here, morning to evening, they sit on that. People are saying, how do we go and download the calculator? I know most of these are Ugandans. Just go and download the calculator. You are using an Android phone. Now, the easiest way of compounding is this, and it has been my formula. Me, I don't argue. I trade a coin. My first buying amount, let me say, usually me, my first buying amount is 5. But I may not go in details of this today. I make $100. So on the next coin, I just go 105. My capital plus my profit. So after the robot has bought with 105, I'll remove it and return it back to $5. If you have understood, stop sweating plasma. If you have understood, give me a yes in the chat. You know, people want to sweat with the calculator. The calculator just helps me set up a goal. If you have understood, give me a yes in the chat. I don't sweat with compounding. I have made $50. On my strategy, my first buying amount is 10. So next coin, I go in 60. My profit goes back in the market. Are we following? You know me, I know these questions people keep typing in the chat. It is all about capital settings, capital settings, capital settings. They always rotate on one angle. Capital settings. There are no special questions. Nobody has ever had a special question. They are the same questions time over time. Capital settings, capital settings. They lack to manage their capital. They don't know how to set right. Now, when I come up with my settings, no matter which signal they send, I just read the name of the coin. I don't look at all these other things they provide. Give me a 2 if I'm clear. When they send a signal, and I have come up with my settings already, I don't look at what is the drop, which name of the coin, take profit. Name of the coin, take profit. Name of the coin, take profit. Because, can I give you a reason? When someone gives you a 15% drop, do they control how deep this coin can go? Give me some answers in the chat. I'm not putting anyone down. I'm giving you reality. Go to the nearby police station. Tell them you have lost your ID. Go to the NIRA in Uganda, get a new ID. So, me, I'm not, when they send a signal, and I have already come up with my settings according to my capital, I just look, what's the name of the coin? What's the take profit? What's the name of the coin? What's the take profit? What's the name of the coin? What's the take profit? I don't need to care which drop someone provided. Now, if you know how to come up with your first buying amount, give me a yes in the chat. We go to the last part. If you know now how to come up with your first buying amount according to your capital, you could do 20%, 30%, 50%. It's up to you. It is you and your money. I don't need to be a deal about that. It is either 20%, either 30%, maximum 40% of your capital. That's the maximum you can do. Understand that if you have little capital, your first buying amount percentage should be at least 20%. Am I clear? Do not do 40% if you have $100. Do not do 40% if you have $200. $500 and below, keep to 20%. Give me one if I'm clear. Because you want to make sure, but the person just opens up for you in your account. Because you know, the more the reserve capital, the more the business. If you understand that statement, give me a yes. The more capital you have unused, the bigger the business. See? How can I express this? If I have $100, if I have $80 unused, I'm in business. So, look, if I have $1,000 and I'm going to trade one coin, if I have $500 unused, I have bigger business than someone who has $800 in the coin. Are you following? Give me a 2. Because all this is all about mindset. If I have $10,000 and I have money in USDT unused, I have business. Number one, when the coin keeps going down, my robot will buy more. I'll be getting sub-sales, 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 sub-sales. That's where the business is. I thought I would finish very fast, but this is a real war. To put understanding in people is not a joking subject. Because you see, friends, CLV is like it's back. You know, people have been stuck on, is it CLV? People have been stuck on CLV. Yeah, it's back. It's a good coin. Guys, this is good business. This is very good business. This is very good business. Very good business. No, people don't have capital. I'm floating on this coin. Now I'm going to load capital. I already have capital that is unused. Now you see this coin is pumping. Now I'm going to go and open margin calls here so that I profit. I have my $3,000 unused. I'm going to come. I want to end here. So I'm going to open margin calls here. And I will make my good money. Now let's go and finish these things. Then if I go. Now create according to your strategy. Now, people have asked me, why is my first buying amount 5? I want to answer that. Look here. 2, 4, 8, 16. Take this very seriously. 2, 4, 8, 8, 16. That is very serious business. Look here. Go to a calculator. No matter what they told you, don't cram. 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 is 30. If you make your first buying amount 5, that will be 150. If you make your first buying amount 10, that will be 300. If you make your first buying amount 15, that will be 450. If you make your first buying amount 20, that will be 600. If you make your first buying amount, 50, that will be 1,500. That's why me, on my strategy here, do you see the strategy of 10 million? Instead of me putting my 1,500 once, the robot enters this, and in 4 different times. Now you also go and look at your capital and make sure you use the 2, 4, 816. I don't know, am I teaching? 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 is 30. It is the best strategy. If you make your first buying amount 10, you will need 300. If you make your first buying amount 5, you need 150. If you make your first buying amount 30, you need 900. If you make your first buying amount 15, it's 450. If you have understood that, give me a yes in the chat. That's where the is. Don't come here and cram. When I attended this, give me a 2 if you have understood. Give me a 2. Instead of me putting my robot to put it in bit C. Don't cram. Let me speak in Uganda. Bino ebintu tewali yabikola mbu capital wa dollar bwati bamusetinga bati. That if you have 500, they set like this. If you have 200, there is nothing like that. Just understand how the robot buys. When your robot buys these 4, my brother, my sister, if the market goes up, you will always make. Now, this is what happens. When it buys here 4 times and it buys again 8 times, it pulls your average price closer to the current price. Now, look here. You want also your robot to buy these 4 very fast. This. Me, when my robot buys these 4, oh, I'm sure that if this coin the robot buys my 4, I'm sure of this. 1,500 times 3%. 3% times 1,500. I'm sure of $45. So if in a day, I get 3 coins, I'm sure I'll make $100. Now you also go and look at your capital and say, I want my first buying amount to be 5 times 30, 150. So if I have $500, let me not kill my strategy. When I come here to set, I will make my first buying amount 5. Before I come up with margin calls, I will say first that the robot is 0.1 because we are in a good market. This be 0.2. Let this be 0.3. Let this be 0.4. I want my robot to buy these first 4 very fast. So I'm sure that my robot will have put in $150. So I go back to my calculator. I say, I have 500. When I remove off 150, I remain with 350. Now, this is the money that is going to help me make more money as I wait. Then 350. Okay, now on this money, I will remove off 100 for pumping coins when they come. Now, I remain with 250. Now, this is money for margin calls. Now, money for margin calls. How much do I want my robot to be putting in whenever the market drops? I want my robot to put in $10. I'll open 25 margin calls. So I put 25 here. If I want my robot to put in $5, I'll divide by 5. If I want my robot to put in $15, the bigger the capital, the more the first buying amount. If your capital is little, do not put a high first buying amount. Do not say I want my robot to be putting in 50 times. You'll have less margin calls. The lesser the margin calls, the lesser the money-making potential power. Ah, are you following? Are you following? Stop writing to me that you have this capital. If you're not here to understand, leave my Zoom and go. Me, I don't want people who want to cram. Are you trying to understand? Me, I want people who want to understand. If you want to cram, wait for Zooms on Monday, Tuesday, where they will tell you this capital, like this. This capital, me, when I come here, I want people who want to be independent and they want to understand because they understand how the robot works. You know why I want these 4 margin calls? Because you see this take profit you put here. The take profit you put here is for 4 margin calls. From the 5th call, it is here. So when your robot buys the first 4 margin calls, if your take profit was 3%, the 3% here is for the 4 times only. The rest here from the 5th. That's why I want my robot to keep buying and selling as it waits for the market to rise to sell these 4. If you have understood, give me a yes. Because now I'm about to finish. Even I'm done almost. I don't come here for cram work. I come here for understanding. So when my robot sells the 4, then I will be out of that coin. If it does not sell the 4, I will be in floating loss. But I will be in floating loss making money. Give me one if my point is clear. If it sells the 4, I will make cool money. If it does not sell the 4, I will be in floating loss but making money. If you don't understand that, then Royal Q is not for you. This comes out in my results. When coins float, yes, it is okay. When coins float, yes, it's okay. It's okay, let them float. But when they sell, hey, 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 am I trying to bring sense? So it means this day, it's like today. This day, it's called floating loss. Then, but tank, floating loss. It remains the same journey. This is called floating loss. Floating loss. Then business. Coins are good. I strike tank. Floating loss. Even today I'm still in floating loss, but I'll make some money. Floating loss. But when you see over 200 and above, it means I hope everybody has now understood. If you understand that, then Royal Q is for you. If you don't understand that, then this is not your business. Hey. I know people hate such, but okay. That's where the business is. So you can do 20% on your capital, maximum 40% on your grid levels. Now, how do you locate the balance? I have come up, I now say, I've remained with 250 as an example. I want my robot to put in $10. But remember, My first buying amount here is 50. For example, me, my first buying amount is 50. But I want my robot to put in $10. This is where people sweat plasma. They come back and I change. I change for what? Now, 250 divided by 10, those are 25 times. Now, 25 times, that could be 25%, which is very safe. Or, so I will just come here and I put 1 on the fifth call. Whenever the market comes 1, the robot will buy 25 times, which is 25%. Now, how will my robot keep buying with $10? Just go to a calculator. Never change your first buying amount. There is a simple formula, but I will teach both. Just say, what is my first buying amount? And how much do I want my robot to put in? 10. 10. 10 divided by. This is the amount of money that I want the robot to put in. Divide by my first buying amount, which is 50. You get the multiple. So from here, you put 0.2. The formula is simple. If I want my robot to buy with 5, it is 5. 5 divided by my first buying amount. Let me say it was 60. It will be 0.83. That's how you get the multiple. So you don't need to change. So after you have set your strategy, you use it. Am I clear? Am I clear? Now, why don't we change this one? Let me also explain. Why don't we change this one? Let me tell you a trick. You see this one? Leave it at 1.3. I'm going to explain why. Do you know why we leave this at 1.3? When the coin enters profit, let me say it is in 5%. I know some of you have seen this. Your coin, let me say, is in 3%. Or your coin is in 2% in profit. So as it is in 2%, immediately it goes back in floating loss. How many have seen that? How many have seen that? Your coin was in profit, then it goes back in floating loss. How many have seen that? Your coin is in profit, then it goes. Make sure the sub position take profits are very small. Keep it to 1.3 so that once it hits 1.3, it sells. It sells. Make sure the sub sells. They are very small. Keep it to 1.3. Don't keep it big because you will feel bad. I hope that is enough for today. I wish you all the best. That is enough for today. Those who have understood have understood. Those who have not understood, I'm sorry. I'll make sure you understand next time. Those that have not answered your questions, I'm sorry. That I hope the previous one I didn't teach because I had traveled somewhere. This Sunday to express this most important point in our business very well. Because the reason why people are not making money per day, one, they are very greedy. Two, they are not providing right settings to their robots. I wish you all the best. But when you understand that, every day is a payday. Every day is a payday. There is no day you'll sleep without money, no matter your capital. I wish you all the best and have a nice day.